Hello everybody. It has been a little while. I've had a busy last few weeks, but I have managed to make a couple of journals in the time that has taken. We've had a new puppy. Oh my goodness, they take so much of your time up, don't they? But absolutely lovely. He's my husband's puppy. He's a Dachshund, cross Dachshund and Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Ever so cute, but yes, a lot of work at the moment. And I'm a grandma again. My daughter has just had her little baby girl last Thursday, so that's a blessing. So she has a boy and a girl now, and they're our only two grandchildren, and we love them to bits. So that's another exciting thing that's happened. So, and it was my husband's birthday in that time as well. So it's been very busy, but I've been popping into my craft room and, working on this. It was actually one journal, but it kind of ended up quite large for one. So I split it. It was two signatures, so I put one signature into one journal and one signature into the other. And they have the same components in each, because even when I make a two signature journal, I do like to repeat things in them. It's just the way I enjoy working. It's that symmetry type thing, I guess you could say. So let's get started. The majority, probably 95% of the laces in these journals are from Lavish Laces. That's the back. It's a fabric covered journal. It's sort of soft journal. I have machine stitched all the pieces together for the cover, but then I have attached the inside and outside fabrics for the covers with a running stitch by hand. I've got my logo on the back there. I've used beautiful Lavish laces and trims, stitched them all down. One journal goes vertical and the other goes horizontal, and that's the back of that one, just to keep them a little bit different. This is a pillowcase I found thrifting, and this is the beautiful design that was on the pillowcase. It's got a very nice lacy embroidered look to it, so I really like that. And these are vintage style journals. These are some of the things I made with my baby craft for the month of March. They are the design projects I made, so I've used them in this journal. So let's go in now. You don't need the ties to keep them closed. They close very nicely. They're not overly stuffed, but there's ties there for when you start filling it yourself and putting your own things inside. I'll just move one to the side so we can have a look at one. I'll go into more detail with the first one, and then I'll flick through the second one. So the inside cover is made up with this beautiful striped fabric, also found thrifting. I have a beautiful damask paper. I had one sheet left. It's by Christina Ricci. I bought it a few years ago now, making a wedding album for somebody, and it's just lovely. So I've used it as a pocket on the front there. Inside the pocket, I've just got scraps of paper made into a little notebook with some lovely handmade paper on the front there. So that's in there. You can write on that or use the papers throughout the journal. And then I also have a lovely glassine envelope. Inside the envelope, I have one of the lovely seed packets. I love those. And just a couple of papers that you can journal on or use for collage work, and a score pad. I've got very few of those left now. I've really enjoyed using those over the years. So therefore, whoever gets these journals, and they go in there, and just a little bit of collage. Little pocket on the front here. I've just folded a piece of paper over, put some beautiful lace and some dotted embossed paper there. This journal card I made for my design project, and here's another collaged one as well. They're all backed and they're all stitched. I've used tea-stained papers throughout, and also just naturally aged vintage papers as well. I have used the Kaisercraft collection. What is it called? Oh, just let me see. Forgot the name of it. Pen and Ink. It's called Pen and Ink. So we have some more dotted embossed paper there with a butterfly from the paper collection. That just slips in there. Some more lace, lots of page stitching throughout. A tag in here. It's just a little glassine pocket. I've done it in my typical style where there's lots of room for writing or drawing or collaging or gluing, whatever you want. There's the snippet roll that I made from scraps from Lavish Laces that I've used on the page. Little tuck spot there. Flowers, another lovely large tag. Beautiful vintage laces. There they are there with this lovely vintage paper as well. Mother of pearl buttons throughout. Little collage there. And that is a little lace pocket I've stitched there. And I like doing things like that, just leaving a box almost on the other side, and you can write a special note in there and it just tends to stand out a little bit more. A skinny embossed tag in there with a bit of the fabric from the inside cover. More lovely Lavish Laces there. Just a little collage with tissue paper and music paper. Like paint sample. Another little pocket. Some sari silk. Another one of the tags I made. And that's the center of the first signature. Just a paper clip. Another tag with the handmade paper, part of a doily, just one of the pineapple pieces, and some lovely dark tulle. I just think it goes quite nicely in this journal, having the dark tulle as well. Another lace pocket there. Bit of washi. Lovely little lace trim. That is a tuck spot. I've left some places that you can put your own things in, like that actually folds out like that, but you can make it into a tuck spot as well. That's a tuck spot if you want it to be. If not, it's just a journal box where you can put a special note in there. You could glue it down if you wanted, but I've left options open, so if you want to pop something behind there, you can. Another lovely tag. A little bit of hand stitching on the collage. It's just part of the paper collection. There we go. And the journal spot there. Bit of dotted tulle, and part of a doily, the flower, another little tuck spot there with that's made from wallpaper and just lace scraps. Beautiful vintage lace. Vintage ledger paper. This paper collection is really lovely, just adding a nice dark element to it. It's just part of one of the larger laces from Lavish Laces. That's a real ticket. Just a flip out, the collage. A skinny tag. Bit of ruffle trim. And another tag there with the beautiful laces on it. And a tulle bow. Another frame. In the center of the second journal, have a tag. A beautiful vintage lace here with a lovely little cameo and an embossed paper. I've just run that beautiful trim up there as well. Another little ticket, authentic. It's a tuck spot there as well, and I've put a trim down the center of that. A bit hard to tell, but it is a trim I've put down the center. Another embossed tuck spot up there, but that's actually a flip out as well. Just keep that little one there, and another tuck spot. That a lovely tag, once again with darker tulle and beautiful vintage lace, and more lace across there. This is just a, you can write here, that beautiful handmade paper. You could put a little note there as well. And another tag in there. And that's the other side of the lace, and I've made that into a pocket. I stitched it down on each side, and in there I've just placed a couple of empty envelopes. One's a glassine envelope, and the other is this lovely, I don't know what, it's just a paper envelope, but it looks really nice, almost leatherish. It was a bit long, so I had to redo the bottom of it so it would fit in there, but I'm quite happy with how they turned out. And that's where you can put things that you collect along the way, your own treasures and things. Add to the journal. I think it's important to leave parts of a journal empty for people to fill themselves. More of the snippet. Another frame here. Another tag, and then lastly in this little pocket, this was, I think, either a collar or a cuff piece. I've used half of it here and half in the other journal to make a little pocket, and I've just, out of the scraps, I've made a little booklet. This handmade paper here was actually from a photo album. There's the photo corners there, and I've just left them on, and when you go inside you can vaguely see where they were on the other side of the page, but I carefully removed them on this side. And it's just made up of scrap papers from making the journal, Nice little booklet to write your little notes and things like that in. So it's got a nice amount of pages in it, and the same going back the other way. A little bit of collage on that back page there, just so you've got another little writing spot. And there you can see the photo corners again on that side. And that just tucks nicely into that beautiful pocket there. I'll just lift the flower up and the flower will sit on the outside like that. And so that's the first journal. And now I'll quickly go through the second one so you get an idea. Like I said, all the components are fairly much the same. There may be a couple of different things, but you know, very similar. Okay, so this is the second one. Like I said, this one is horizontal. All the laces are machine stitched on and hand stitching around. The ties are made out of coffee coloured chiffon fabric. So have the same sort of thing in the front pocket here, just the envelope, glassine envelope with the collage papers and seed packet in, and the scrap paper pad. So I will just go through it quickly. Tags may be slightly different, laces may be slightly different, but all in all it's very similar, but still individual. Like the vintage papers, obviously they're not going to be the same. Some of the laces, I used a last piece on the other one, so I used a different one on this. And some things are the same, so depending on how much I had left. So they're both lovely. We had a lot of rain here lately, that's for sure. A lot of rain. Oh. I don't know where I got these images. I got them online a long time, and they'd already been printed out, and I found them a little while ago. The actual quality of the image is not great, but they work fine for tags and things like that. It'd be nice to get a really good image like the old jewellery pieces. If anybody makes digitals out there, it would be lovely. There we go. So they've named the little girl Aria. I haven't done anything. Look at that. I've left the purple safety paper clip there because I need to do something on here, don't I? Better do that now while I remember. Just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. I done that. I've put a vintage music paper pocket in there with a bit of a collage, mother of pearl button, and there's 2 or 3 doilies here, paper doilies. I'll pop those in the pocket there as well. So that's the center signature, and that's a flip out on that side. I think it turned out really lovely. I love the colours. It's nice to do, you know, the traditional vintage, like the browny colours with the whites and things. It's ever so pleasing. That's the last page, and once again there's the other side of that beautiful vintage piece. That was also from Lavish Laces, and the little booklet as well, like that. So, and these holes, I didn't punch those holes. They were original to the photo album. You can see my holes are in totally different places. Well, that one is in the same place because that's the spacing. But there, that's how it was. So those two lovely journals will be in my Etsy store if anybody is interested. I really do enjoy making journals. It's a lovely thing to do, especially if you're busy, because you can sort of just keep adding to it. That's the beauty about making it, although the downside is you end up with such a mess around your desk, but totally worth it. So beautiful vintage style journals, lots of beautiful vintage laces from Lavish Laces, and a few items from my BB Craft design projects, so lots to see in there, and they feel really nice, and they're not too thick, 60 pages, give or take a page, and the measurement is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So, and like I said, 2 signatures, and probably what's that? About a 1.25 inch spine. Just for those that like to know all those things, I'll put a link in my description box below to my Etsy store if anybody is interested. And I hope everybody's keeping well. Hopefully this month will be a bit, I'll have more time to craft this month. I do enjoy my crafting and I've missed it. So take care, everybody. Bye.